folks, it's Morgoth the Barbarian here, and we're wrapping up Season 1 here on EA Sports College Football 26. Mark Gottfried just went through his first season as ULM's offensive coordinator, and let's just say his offense helped to lead him to 7 wins instead of 4, and a bowl game victory over Sam Houston, which we saw last week in our season finale. Now, what's his future going to hold at this point for both Mark Godfrey and ULM? Well, we're about to find out, so you know what buttons to hit. And with that being said, let's just go over a nice little recap of how Season 1 went, shall we? For our good old ULM. We went 7-6 overall, won a bowl game, ended up going 4-4 in our conference. Started off going with a win over an FCS opponent. Then we got killed by Alabama. That was to be expected. We had a nice win on the road at UTEP. And then just, Arkansas State ran over us. Of course, we got destroyed by Northwestern, but then came back with a double overtime thriller against Coastal Carolina. We beat Troy in our most impressive game of the year. And then a bad third down call cost us the game at Southern Miss. Some bad execution cost us the game at Old Dominion as we lose in overtime, but then we make up for it with an overtime win against South Alabama. We beat Texas State, and then we blow a 28-14 lead to let Louisiana beat us. And now we just won the Sam Houston Bowl, the Boca Raton Bowl against Sam Houston, I should say, by 8, 31-23. That sums up our season in a nutshell here. How did we do as a on the stat sheet here? Well, as you can see, if we look at yards per game, we had the 6th best offense in the country. So Coach Godfrey sure knows how to coach up an offense, that's for sure. But yeah, scoring-wise, not too much. So there were some execution issues, as we only are able to get like 28.3 points a game. But we'll take the being 6th in the country in offense, so I probably should have done this a little bit sooner here. Defensively, we gave up the 4th most yardage in all of college football. Oh dear, that is not great. So our defense was letting us down quite a bit, which made sense, all things considered. LOL Syracuse being number 2, that's funny. But yeah, I mean, our defense kind of let us down. If maybe we can shore that side up and we'll be fine. Third down conversion wise, well, we're not near the bottom of the pack, are we? We came in at 39%. 4th down conversion wise, very nice percentage. We did. It looks like we led the league in 4th down conversions. Yeah, we did. That's funny. Nice percentage though. Red zone efficiency, we were having trouble with this, I know for a fact. But we clock in at 63%. Okay, not bad from the looks of it. I can't really tell. I'm not going to get into the defense. Turnovers is where all hell just broke loose. And this is where we'll need to work on next season. Oh, giveaways. Yeah, we led the country in giveaways. 23 interceptions. We really need to cut that down for next season. So throwing less interceptions is definitely going to be key here. And maybe getting some better red zone conversion efficiency here. Otherwise, we seem to do pretty good from the first year of our offensive standpoint. So let's see. How about season stats for our team here? Adian Armenda threw for 4,300 yards, 29 TDs, but there's your 23 interceptions. Again, we got to cut that down big time. I mean, that's just unacceptable. McReynolds had a 1,000-yard rushing season despite the number of times he got injured, but you know what? It is what it is. He got 9 TDs too. Very nice. We, of course, got Zach Palmer-Smith, as Galloway wasn't in most of the time. We'll see if he stays. Our leading receiver, Nick Trujillo, caught 100 balls for 929. Very nice for the freshman. Brendan Buckhalter had 100 for 990. Godfrey went over 1,000 yards as he caught 94. So you can see we had a three-headed attack, and it really paid off big time here. Buckhalter is going to be graduating, so somebody else is going to have to step into the spotlight here. So maybe one of our rookies or Javon Campbell or it could very well be one of our rookies as I'm looking at the depth chart. Okay. And I'm curious. Quay McBroom allowed a lot of sacks. He allowed 11. I'm going to have to tell him that, well, he's going to be graduating, so it doesn't matter. So see if we can find a right tackle that doesn't allow so many sacks on the regular here. So I'm not going to get into defensive stats. That's not our forte. But that's kind of gives you an idea of what happened this year. And so we look into the trophy room. Yeah, we didn't really get the beat Louisiana, but we did get the Boca Raton trophy, so that's something to hang our hat on. So that's just recap season 1. So with that, we're going to slowly drift away here. So the very first question, what is out there in the job market? So, of course, Mark Godfrey, as we know, signed a 5-year deal to stay at ULM earlier this year. Does not mean he has to go for it, so let's see. We're getting 2 head coach offers and 3 head coaching offers and an offensive coordinator offer here. Let's see. Kent State wants us to be their head coach. I'm not so sure about that. Yeah, that's a job downgrade. Rice wants us to be their head coach. I'm not so sure about that, but okay. Troy wants us to be our head coach. Now, apparently Troy must have seen what we did to them and thought, this guy could help us with our offense. I feel kind of icky taking another Sunbelt school head coaching tree, so I'm actually going to decline this one, which leaves this, Marshall. Now, they too are in the Sunbelt, but they're more on the other side of things. We have not run into them, but they're offering us our offensive coordinator job. First off, they see they got a nice offense. Actually, they've got a nice team all around, if you catch my drift there, the rankings, hint, hint. But it says this would be an upgrade. But as I've mentioned, I don't want to take any, I feel icky taking another Sunbelt Conference job when we've already are with a good situation here at ULM. So we're going to decline both of those. I'm going to decline I don't like any of these, so I think we're going to keep going here. Really, the only ones I would take would be Rice and Kent State, and they're both downgrades, so I'm going to decline both of those. And I think we're going to stay at ULM another season. All righty. So we will be staying at ULM. Now, it just depends on what's going to happen with our coaching staff. So next thing is it's National Signing Day here. So we got to start offering some scholarships at will here. I'm just going to start flinging them out here to whomever I haven't already. So, well, it doesn't look like we can. Game will not let us do that, so there's no more hours here. So maybe I should have offered more scholarships. I offered 16. Not all of them got accepted, obviously. So we'll move along here. Maybe we can offer some more, but we'll move along. And then staff up moves. I mean, is there anything with us that are out? No. So that explains why we were offered jobs at Troy and Marshall. Those coaches have sadly been fired. Ouch. Coastal Carolina and Southern Alabama lost their head coaches too. They were fired. But ours is safe after, a good season. So we saved our head coach. So like I said, I don't like any of those job offers, so we'll move along here. All right, so we are moving and grooving here. So, well, now let's see what we got here. So now it appears more head coaching offers have existed, and it looks like we've got a couple more here. Akron is offering us to be our head coach. No, thank you. Both Rutgers and UConn have offered us our head coaching jobs, but we're not among the top candidates here, though. I mean, we're not really in the running here. Now you can see the top candidate for even for the Akron job is not us. So I'm kind of wondering if we should think about it here. I doubt we'll be I doubt we'll go for it here. You know, if I felt like I was a top candidate, I would go for it, but I'm not going to do it. All right. So I don't like going. I'm going to decline both of those, so we'll move along. All right. So coaching carousel. So I'm afraid we didn't make an offer, so we really didn't do anything. So we'll be staying put here at ULM, it looks like. And let's see. It looks like. All right, so it looks like there's all your new coaches. None of ours stay put. All right, so excellent. All right, so that deals with the coaching carousel. Now let's see who wins the national championship here. All right, I don't even know who's in it. It looks like Texas and Michigan end up being the national title. Okay, let's see who wins in season 1. And it has... Okay, we get a nice level off of that. Let's see. And the winner is Texas! Congratulations to the Texas Longhorns, beating Michigan 44-26 in the national championship. So Texas gets the nod, beating Michigan here, and that is all she wrote for season 1 then. All right. Let me see if there's any skills we can upgrade here while we're sitting on this. We can upgrade Tactician. I'm going to upgrade their offensive line. They need some help here, so we'll do that. Okay. So Texas is your national champion, and we're now off to season 2 as we start lurking in that direction here. So there you go. So now this is the fun part, trying to figure out what on earth the is going to happen with the transfer portal and what have you. So, as you can see, we have players leaving. So let me first save my game here. And now we're looking at the transfer portal here and all the other fun stuff. And, well, we have 17 people transfer portaling their way out of here. Oh, dear. We're going to have to be really aggressive during the transfer portal. But you can see kind of the things here. Carl Fauntleroy is our most pressing one. So there's obviously some graduation ones. Meanwhile, let's just control what we can control here. Okay, so I just figured out that apparently you can only persuade a few people at a time here. So we're going to have to be really careful. Excuse me. So you would think the best way to do this is to do the ones that are extremely low. So it looks like we go down here, there's at least 5 guys that you can only persuade like a few people here. So If they're very low, that means the higher, the better the chance, the better here. So I would start with the low ones. As I'm looking around, I see right out of the gate our quarterback wants to transfer out. I'm going to do him. So it looks like I'm probably going to do, I would say, probably Armenta for sure. So let's persuade him. It might not work, but we'll give it a shot. Nope, so he's leaving. Okay, that one's out of the question. Our center actually did have some, potential, so I'm going to persuade him. These are all very low players, but Hutchinson did have some potential, so I'll try to persuade him. All right, that didn't work. So 2 didn't work. This is not looking good. I'll try to persuade our top cornerback, but that's going to be very difficult, if anything. All right, that's what I thought. And I'm going to try to get Smith persuaded. And I believe that's all she wrote. Yep, I tried. I didn't like really any of the other ones. These are so lowly rated, it's not worth my time. So we will be losing 19 people to the transfer portal, including our starting quarterback, which is just wonderful. Although we got a 3-star freshman coming in, so I'm not terribly concerned, but man, we're going to have to work on the transfer portal here. So that is very unfortunate. Oop. Yeah, so unfortunately, we're going to have to find some replacements here. All right, so let's see what we can do here. We have all of our hours here. We still have a couple recruits that are still yet to be done. So here's all of our transfer portal needs here, and we'll try our best to see if we can get some people. But in the meantime, I'd like to offer some scholarships to those who we've already kind of, All right, so we've offered 22 scholarships. I think this is the only guy we haven't, and I'm going to say no. All right. So we've offered 22 scholarships here. Some have accepted, some have not. So let's go over to the transfer portal here. This is the one we want to deal with here. So we got a ton of needs here, including a new quarterback. So I'm going to focus on the quarterback first. That's the most important one. And it looks like we got 2 good candidates here, so we'll take it. Take it up on them. All right. All right, we need a halfback or 2. This guy's super interested in us. Okay, and then try him. We're going to need a new fullback, so we'll grab that off the transfer portal too. There's just 1. Okay. Tackles we could definitely use. Use 1 of each here. There's 2 left tackles. I'll do 3 for right now. It looks like this guy might be our best bet, so we'll take him. Okay. Could use some guards. A lot of 2 and 3 stars here, but that's fine. Well, if that one's, let's see. Oh, South Carolina's got the edge on both of those, so I'm not going to try it. I think this guy should be good. We'll do 1 on each side. Jesus, South Carolina want everybody? That's just ridiculous. It's like South Carolina apparently wants every single guard that they can get their hands on. My goodness. Let's see. So we've already been locked out of 1 guy. Okay, that sucks. I'm going to schedule this guy for a visit. So now I'm going to start offering some scholarships here. Let's see. I think we've got someone over here. Oh, perfect. Hill House can get one. Okay, not bad. Okay, well, of course South Carolina's looking into him. Why wouldn't they? All right, we'll look into this guy a little bit more and then drop off on this one. See. This guard seems to be reacting a little bit better, so we'll go for him. We'll spend some time on the defense, too. Okay, not bad. We'll offer this guy a scholarship. Sure, we'll beat South Carolina to the punch. Ooh. And we'll do the same thing for here. We'll beat Vanderbilt to the punch. Now, let's see. We got to find some more... could use some strong safety and a cornerback. We'll focus on some defensive players here. Well, there's not too much here we can do. Oh, dear. Let's try this guy. He seems to be the closest to home here. Actually, this guy might have a better shot at, so I'll try him. We need a cornerback. Hold on, I got an idea. So let's see. We need a defensive player that's... Aha! There we go. This guy! All right. We'll go after him. Get some defensive players here. I know I'm an offensive head coach, but we'll pretend like... We'll scout this guy a little bit, too. Nice catching. Okay. Okay, so there we go. Might not get all these guys, but we got a few to start off with. And we're off to the next season week. All right, we got locked out of a couple. That's okay. That's all right. This is kind of a game here within itself. We should be able to get him. Well, we got locked out of Jeter, so I guess now we got to focus on... Well, now we're going to need another quarterback. Oh, dear. All right, let's go over to the prospect list for a minute. We got to find us another quarterback and fast. We'll try him. All right, not exactly as good as some of the other quarterbacks we have, but so be it. Oh, sure, why not? We'll get our safety scheduled here for week 3 and see what we can do. Okay. All right, we're getting that one. I think we'll throw him a scholarship. Same with this guy. All right, I think this guy should actually be pretty decent. One for him. One for him. So we're up to 31 now. We do need a fullback, so yes. Okay. Can't really schedule a visit with him at all. Okay, so we're doing fine. Got 3 players on this list we don't have scholarships offered for, but that's okay. That's okay. So we'll see what happens. So Oop. Actually, we've still got 50 hours left over. I just noticed that. All right. We're just scouting some of our dudes here. Okay, that's fine. Ooh, well, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, don't have to be perfect. All right, so we'll scout a couple of our dudes here. All right, next week. Did we get anybody? Not quite. I'm sorry to say. So this is our last chance here. So it looks like we can schedule a visit here. I know this isn't exactly how I would have done it, but okay. Let's see. Well, we'll keep it there because we already offered him the scholarship, so I'll let it go. Since I really want this quarterback and we're in a recruiting battle here. No. Hold on. We're going to send the house here because I really want this quarterback. Schedule some visits here. All right. Got some recruits visiting here, so we're going to be mucho busy. Yep, okay, so that's pretty much it for that. And we failed on the playing time thing, okay. We'll offer him a scholarship. That's 33. All right, who don't we have a scholarship offered for? Okay. So let's see. It's got to be strong safety. Any of these guys pipeline eligible material? No, not really. This might be the best we got is this is McFadden. He might be the best chance we got here. We definitely just need a strong safety. So I will pony up one of my scholarships to him. And then the last one, there's someone here that doesn't have one. I don't know who. Kelly, okay, you get one too. So we'll offer him the last one, and then that'll be it. So we've now offered up all of our scholarships. So let's see what happens here, as we are done with off-season recruiting. Let's see how many we get. Okay, so we got Matt Schaub, not related to the quarterback. So that was one of our original targets. Taylor Naylor. Okay, we got some linebackers here, not bad. Got our 2-star right guard, excellent. A 3-star right end, now we're talking. Our defense is going to love that. Oh, sweet, we got another right tackle. 2-star left tackle. 2-star kicker, and you always need one of those. Okay. A 3-star wide receiver, Jamie Kiki, welcome. 2-star cornerback. 1-star cornerback. A 3-star Mike linebacker, now we're talking. 2-star center. 2-star left guard. 2-star right guard. 2-star strong safety. You can tell who the Legend Brewer, nice name. You can tell who the transfer portal guys are. Michael Hillhouse, we got him. Got our fullback. I'm not seeing the quarterback. Oh, thank God, Caleb Annett. So we did get a backup quarterback, thank God. 2-star right end. Okay. So out of all of those, all but 2 committed. So, yeah, we had 29 recruits on notice, and all but 2 decided to come over. We lost out on Cam Hill, the corner 2-star free safety to Louisiana Tech, and then George Ikujuba ended up going to Tulane. So, but for the most part, we get all of our QBs here, so we managed to pull it off. So yeah, there you go. We managed to recruit everyone but 2, as we end up with 33 new bodies. Okay, well, let's see what the how we did here. Did we do terrible? I know we're still short on some things, but maybe some walk-ons can help us out for this. We rank... Obviously, we're not this high up. This is insanity. Probably terrible, I'm guessing, because we are a small school after all. Really? 104th in the country, because apparently we took on a few too many 1-stars. I don't care. You know what? 104. We got 32. We got 104. Is not bad. I mean, Coastal Carolina's not that far away. They got, 101. Sam Houston State, who we just beat, is 99. App State, who I believe at one point I saw was ranked at one point. And there's Louisiana being 78th. So, we're working on it here. We're working on building some tradition. James Madison, I believe is in our conference, was like 71. So we're working on it. Oh, geez, Southern Miss. What are we doing here? Troy, I guess their new head coach was off and running. Look at all those recruits. Transfers, my goodness. And then there's us. So you know what? It is what it is, but you know what? We did our darndest. I mean, we're not in the bottom, but 101, we're doing the best we can here. So anybody who we need to make a different position, if it's going to come down from somewhere, it's probably going to be in the offensive line here. I'm not really seeing anything here. I mean, we could switch some people over to left guard if I really wanted to, just to try and balance it out a little bit. So this might be something we could do. So for instance, he would get 1 more point off of that. We could have him go to left guard for right now. I think that's a fair thing. All right, we'll make him a pure left guard. We have just 3 right tackles, but 5 left tackles here. So who do I want to bring over? I mean, Gaffney should be our starter here. But let's try Max Parrott here. That's not going to help. Maybe either Parrott or Botley over here. Or Boatley. Let's see. Parrott or Botley? Let's do Tucker. Okay, we'll do Tucker. He can switch to right tackle here, so we'll make a couple of changes. We don't need to have all those. Center-wise, I feel like we'll be okay for right now. Right, and doesn't really matter. DT's fine. Our secondary is not looking too good. Okay. I think I'm gonna move Moat. Well, let's move. Can we move McFadden or Moats over? Let's move McFadden over. All right, so we'll move McFadden over. Not put him up to 67. Oh, that helped a lot. as he's now our starting free safety here. I think we should move one of our Mike linebackers over. Oh, shoot. I don't even remember where I wanted to put him. Sam? Yeah, Sam. Yeah, we'll move you over to Sam. Okay, that helps. Yeah, a lot of 60s in our defensive key book, but this is what I get for being an offensive-minded coach. Well, this is the head coach trying to figure everything out on our behalf, so it's fine. Oh, we got no athletes. Cornerback situation is okay, as it can be, I guess. All right, I think we're okay. We've done the best we could here. I mean, I've made my recommendations. What happens if I remove a wide receiver here? What happens? Do we have any fullbacks? Okay, we do have one, so it's fine. All right, let's see. Yeah, I think we're fine for right now. Okay, so it looks like we're fine. All right. So that's all the position changes I'm doing here, so not much. All right, we're leveling up a little bit. Excellent. Oh, cool. So I'll have to figure out how this works, but it looks like Godfrey now has a new trait. So here's the results of all of our training here. And as you can see, it looks like Godfrey got a nice little boost here. So off-season training-wise, Jake Godfrey's now an 89. He is far and away our best player. You can see some of the running backs did well too. So if I were to go into Godfrey's playing card, yeah, there you go. Can't, obviously, we don't have anything to spend on, but as you can see, it worked. He got up there. All right. So I'm seeing. Looks like our freshman responded, so we did get some upgrades all along the board here. So we'll see how it works out. All right. So very nice. Very, very nice. Nice progress indeed. All right, and then finally, encouraging transfers here. Do we need to transfer anybody out? Oh, of course not. And so we're not sending anybody on their way. And then we'll be upgrading our coach skills a little bit here. So let's see. Yeah, we'll do this one. All right, so we'll do some more receiving game stuff here. So, yeah, there we go. We continue to work on our offensive ability. So, the custom conferences, so I'm going to stop here. The custom conferences I will address at the beginning of the next episode here because the powers that be are going to have some things to say about some of the recent moves in college football here. So, because they may be looking at our landscape and saying, you know what, it's time to fix things. So we'll be addressing that at the end of the beginning of the next episode here. So that's going to do it for me for this episode. I know there wasn't really any games, but so be it. It's just some off-season shenanigans we needed to address, and that's all I got. So thank y'all so much for watching. You know what buttons to hit, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out, y'all.